Our interview, very, very complimentary.
Yeah, but Hatman's a funny one though. He's a funny one.
How so?
He says he's complimentary and other times he's not. He's a funny one, but Hatman, he does good bits and pieces, but sometimes he talks rubbish as well.
Well, he's only ever been very complimentary to me.
But no, good luck to him and whatever, but Hatman, he doesn't know my story and stuff. So sometimes he says stuff because I'm a certain way, and and then it sways people's decision. What he needs to do is come and chat to me, come and find me, and have a discussion with me, learn about me and understand about me a bit more before he says certain things. But good luck to him, and
Why Hatman Strikes Back doesn't like Dillian Whyte. Now, Hatman, shout out to Hatman, is a great YouTube channel. Very popular because good breakdown, good knowledge of boxing. Someone he has spoken about in his Patreon and in his boxing, his background in terms of boxing, him being, I think, fighting at amateur level, sparred a few times, was in Brixton in his younger days, and has also talked about, seeing Dillian Whyte, speaking to Dillian Whyte around the gyms and stuff like that. So this is someone who knew him. And funny enough, before Dillian Whyte was actually recognised as an important heavyweight or, noticeable heavyweight, before he fought AJ, Hatman was doing videos on him, very complimentary about him, was saying he's one to watch, particularly because of not more the technical aspect, but more so the mindset. And he was breaking down a lot of Dillian Whyte's fights, lead up to AJ. He praised Dillian Whyte, said it was going to be a hard fight for AJ, which it was. And continuously followed his career. Again, he was making videos about Dillian Whyte long before he fought AJ. So this is somebody that knew him, obviously, knew him as a heavyweight or as a person. I don't know as a person, if he knows him as a person that much. But he definitely knew him as a heavyweight and was interested in him. Now, why I say things turned sour, I'm just going to put out there what has been put out there. Again, information can only be taken with a pinch of salt. That's put out there, but I've heard different rumours, and I always say there's a little bit of truth to rumours. There's always a little bit. Whether the story is exactly the same, there's always a little bit of truth. And the likelihood, let's look at the factors. Hatman was living in Brixton, has been in Brixton, knows people in Brixton, knows people who I'm sure know Dillian Whyte. They probably have a few mutuals. That's not hard to kind of gauge. And this is somebody that kind of was, in terms of the YouTube and in the boxing community, he was one of the first YouTubers to start to make videos about Dillian. So clearly, he has a head start and knows Dillian a bit more than we do. That's a fair assessment? Okay. So, what I've heard, this is what I've heard, the rumours. Two separate rumours. One, that Hatman and Dillian Whyte had an altercation. More because of, I think, something that Hatman put in his video. It's not new knowledge to know that Dillian Whyte does not like Hatman. It's not, that's not a shock. It shouldn't be a shock to you. He's had an interview on Boxing Social in the lead up to the Parker fight, where Boxing Social, was saying that Hatman was complimentary about the interview. And Dillian did not look happy at all. He said, yeah, Hatman, he talks a lot of rubbish and he doesn't know a lot of stuff. Tell him to come see me and that kind of stuff. And you can find it. I'll put the link in the bio, but you can find it. It's not hard to find. Just, it's lead up to the Parker fight. And I think it's mainly because, Hatman tends to be objective. He tries to be objective as much as he can. So he may praise you in one video and he may give you criticism in another video. He tends to do that. So it's quite natural that boxers won't like him or will like him. It's up and down. That comes with the territory. But anyway, what I heard was there was an altercation. Dillian saw Hatman, and I think from what I remember in terms of what someone told me and what I read online, Hatman was in his car and Dillian Whyte approached him, kind of like, stop talking rubbish. I don't know what the verbals was. I heard they were arguing basically. They were arguing. Hatman, apparently stood his ground, didn't, cower away. There was no like swinging and punching, but it was more of a just standoff confrontation, just not to mention my name. And I'm sure this could be completely false. They could have seen each other and it was fine. I don't know, but like I said, I've had merging stories of this. What's interesting is I've heard stories of an altercation, but different versions of the altercation. So let's say the altercation happened, right? We already know Dillian doesn't like Hatman. There was also a time on Instagram where I think a fan asked him a question about Hatman and a video that he made about Dillian, and Dillian replied, "I don't like Hatman." So this is, I'll show it on this page, but there's two sets of evidence to suggest Dillian doesn't like Hatman. The video of Boxing Social, and he's replied to fans saying he doesn't like Hatman. And we've heard rumours there was an altercation. So let's just say, for evidence sake, that they did have an altercation. Hatman is a human being. He's not gonna speak positively if someone's approached him. He's probably not gonna mention it on his YouTube channel because he's got to keep the persona of he doesn't bring emotion, he doesn't bring personal stuff to his channel, strictly boxing. I'm going to give you a boxing content. So let's say him and Dillian had an issue. Moving forward, if you watch his videos, I would say probably from the Parker fight, really, moving forward, he did kind of have a bit of criticism in the Hellenius fight. He wasn't too harsh about Dillian in the Chisora fight, to be fair, the first fight. But he was very harsh on the second Chisora fight. He said that Dillian had a strange performance because he seemed not as energetic as he was in the last fight, even though Dillian knocked out Chisora cold. And from my eyes and a lot of people's eyes, that was one of his best performances. Even though he was apparently down on the scorecards, he was boxing well in terms of patience and actually being smart on the back foot. But Hatman didn't like how he boxed, and he's always been vocal that he believes Deontay Wilder would have knocked out Dillian Whyte. He also kind of said that he believes mentally Dillian Whyte is a little bit more, I wouldn't say afraid, but maybe mentally he's a little bit more not as up for the Joshua fight, because Joshua knocked him out cold. He is for the Wilder and Fury fight, because obviously there's history there and he knows how good Joshua is. And he's constantly always mentioning how he feels Dillian Whyte, his punch resistance is going down. He made a big deal that he got, I think, stunned a little bit in the Marius Wack fight. He obviously spoke a lot about the UCAD situation, but that was more just what he found on the internet. Nothing personal in that, I suppose. And basically, just going from the Parker fight, you'll find it very hard to find anything positive, because again, Hatman's objective, but clearly there was nothing he could see in terms of improvements, or okay, maybe he could see it, but he didn't state it a lot in his videos. Let's put it this way, there was more negativity than positivity about Dillian moving forward. And maybe it's true, maybe it's just his opinion on his boxing ability and it's not that good. But me, I personally believe there was a little bit of a sourness in the relationship compared to when Dillian first came on the scene, compared to when he started making interviews and saying that he doesn't like Hatman. So yeah, things kind of broke down there. He lost to Povetkin, got knocked out cold. Hatman was quick to make so many different breakdowns on why he got knocked out. Again, of course, he was not too sure if he'd beat Povetkin, demons and all this kind of stuff. I'm not sure if he picked Povetkin, but he sometimes he doesn't pick anybody, but you can tell he's more size into it. Could be a loss. But he came and ran through Povetkin in the rematch. Hatman did the video. Sounded a bit disappointed in the video. Sounded a little bit disappointed. You guys can watch the video and gauge by the sound of his voice how he sounded, but he sounded a bit disappointed to me. And then obviously, Dillian lost to Tyson Fury by knockout. I didn't think it was a good performance personally, but I knew Hatman, when he made a video, Dillian Whyte should retire. It was coming. It's been coming. And we can keep using this punch resistance thing all the time. There's not a lot of heavyweights that have great punch resistance, really. If we're being honest. AJ, Fury's been down a few times. Everyone's been down. So it's not particularly it's always been there. Put it this way. But he just felt Dillian Whyte should retire, and I just feel like, I don't know if I'm the only one that can see it. I just feel like there's been a slow decline. Maybe it's because Dillian Whyte's fought lots of good guys and he's lost, and he's maybe not been as good as he used to be. So Hatman hasn't got as much positive things to say compared to when he was younger. But really truly, he has improved. There's been a lot of improvement since he first fought AJ, and I'm seeing a lot of YouTubers compliment him and break things down and mention the positives. And it's there's been a few negatives. He's more susceptible to being hurt now because he's had more wars, and that's just natural, and that makes sense. But it seems to have Hatman, there is a deeper thing. I personally believe there is a deeper thing. Like I said, there's always truth to rumours, and this wasn't like a rumour that just was one or two people. This was a rumour that I'm sure even Hatman himself might have heard. I don't know. But there definitely was an altercation, and Dillian Whyte does not like him. So it's only natural Hatman will say what he needs to say. But you let me know what you guys think. Am I reaching? Am I just overthinking it, stretching it, being stupid about it? I don't know. I'm just giving you my perception of what I feel. I could be completely off, but like I said, I've spoken to people. I've watched many YouTube channels. I like Hatman. He's great at breaking down things, and he's shown a lot of people. He's brought a lot of people into boxing through his channel. This is no discrediting or clout chasing off him or anything. It's just a video that I thought, let me speak my mind. I do feel that there has been a slow decline in his assessment of Dillian Whyte. Maybe it's because Dillian Whyte's been not as good compared to when he first came, but I think he's been very good. I think he's improved a lot. He's achieved more than I'm sure Hatman would have expected when he first was about to fight AJ. So, maybe he'll make another video and be more complimentary. I don't know. But from what I recommend, or from what I've assessed in his videos and the way he speaks, since the Parker fight, maybe the Hellenius fight, he's not as been complimentary about Dillian Whyte compared to what he did in the past. And I've heard rumours that they had an altercation. And yeah, let me know if you guys have heard the same rumours or what you guys have heard. I'm out.